Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now. You are in serious danger because your neighbor hear this right now before it's too late. Archangel Michael says, stop what you're doing. I order you to open this message right now. This is not a casual warning. Your life is being watched, studied, and quietly influenced by someone far closer than you think. Your neighbor is not who they appear to be. They know more about you than you ever gave them access to. They have been listening, watching, and waiting for what you're about to discover, and you must prepare yourself. Something strange happened 3 nights ago, though you may not have noticed. A light flickered outside your window, a noise echoed near your back gate, and a presence stood still, right on the line between your home and theirs. That was not a coincidence. Your neighbor has been in communication with someone from your past. That person told them something private, something sacred, something meant only for you and God to know. Yet it was whispered through lips that should have stayed silent. They've been recording things. Conversations, footsteps, even the way your door locks at night. There is a black file in their possession, and your name is written across it in bold capital letters. They smile when you walk by, but inside, there's calculation. They offer help, but their hands are not clean. Your instincts were not wrong the last time you felt uncomfortable near them. Archangel Michael says, the spiritual realm has been alerted. Heaven does not take this lightly. An angel hath been stationed near your home every night for the past week to watch the watcher. You heard strange sounds at midnight, creaks, murmurs, scratching near the window. That wasn't your imagination. A device was planted, not to hurt, but to gather. They want your habits, your patterns, your secrets. They recently made a phone call. The receiver was not local. That person is planning to come close enough to ring your bell, knock your door, and smile as if everything is normal. But it is not normal. The papers they are hiding in the bottom drawer of their study are not just about them. Your photo is inside. Something handwritten about you. A prediction, an encryption, something they shouldn't know. They followed you. On the day you went to the shop, when you thought you were alone, they walked behind at a safe distance. Their footsteps were disguised under the noise of passing cars. You remember the time your packages were delayed. It wasn't the delivery company. A hand intercepted. A man with orders from her, your neighbor, the one who accidentally called your name on the street, trying to gauge your reaction. Archangel Michael says, she heard something you said out loud when you were home alone. But how? Not through a window. Not through the wall. Something planted, something hidden. Check under the frame of the mirror. Look inside the vent. Your wise. Cords. Listening. And beyond that, intention soaked in envy, obsession, and a warped admiration that has turned into dangerous fixation. Letter was written. He was not sent, but it's there hidden in her kitchen drawer. It describes a version of you that does not exist. She has made you a character in her story, but the plot is twisted and wrong. This is not just jealousy. It's something darker. An old resentment passed down through her bloodline. A curse that awakened when she heard your name for the first time. She has met with someone in secret, a man in his late 40s. He has access to legal loopholes. They spoke about property, identity, and how easy it would be to replace someone if no one's watching. Your presence has disturbed her spirit. You shine, and it blinds her. She's made it her purpose to dim your light, quietly, methodically. But heaven says no. Heaven has issued a spiritual restraint. The angel of divine interruption hath been activated. Everything she has planned will backfire, but only if you obey this message and stay alert. Tomorrow at 7:00 p.m. she plans to be near your home. Don't open the door. Don't respond to the knock. The voice may be soft, the tone may be kind, but the intention is rotten. The dream you had last week, the shadow, the whisper, the vanishing door, it was a warning. You were shown this timeline so you would not walk into it blindly. Archangel Michael says, the flame of truth is rising. You are about to receive confirmation, and when it comes, you must not be shocked. You always knew, deep down. Tonight, look closely at her window. Watch the curtain. You will see her move. Not away from you, but closer to that spiritual line she was never supposed to cross. You must cleanse your entrance. Salt near the door. Will the handle. A whisper of protection before you sleep. The enemy lives close, but God lives closer. She has already spoken your name in a place she was not allowed to. A small group, beating in silence. Their goal is to discredit, then replace, and finally erase. But they are unprepared for the divine retaliation already in motion. Someone else in the neighborhood has noticed her behavior. They've remained quiet, but they are ready to speak. You will hear something in passing, a strange coincidence. Listen, it's not a coincidence. It's your signal. The shadow behind your blessing is not stronger than your anointing. She can try to touch the edge of your destiny, but she will never hold it. You will see something red placed near your door. That is your final proof. Once you see it, you'll know this wasn't imagination. It was a divine alert. Do not fear, for Archangel Michael has been deployed. Her plans will fall. Her alliances will scatter. Her energy will return to her empty and exposed. In the coming week, her face will change. She will try to appear calm, but her eyes will show confusion because her actions will begin to unravel. She will forget what she said, when she said it, and who heard it. Someone from her side will come to you, pretending to be a friend. Their words will feel comforting, but you must not reveal anything. Say less. Protect your peace. Archangel Michael says, mark this day. After today, she will no longer be able to influence your frequency. A divine wall is being built around your name, your home, your voice, and your future. Heaven is on alert. The watchers have been activated. The wind will whisper truth. The air will feel lighter. And your spirit will know your angels are not just near, they are ready. You were not supposed to find this message randomly. It was whispered from the heavens. The codes embedded in your timing, your spirit, and your destiny aligned in this moment. She is on her final attempt. After this, her access will be cut. But this final act is desperate and dangerous. Close the window at 9:30 p.m. Turn off the light in the hallway. Let your silence speak. Let your spirit armor up. Watch the dog in the yard bark. Watch the cat freeze near the porch. The animals know before the humans do. They've seen what's coming, but it won't reach you because you opened this in time. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Stay safe. Stay ready. The battle is invisible, but your victory will be undeniable. Your name has been written in places you've never walked, spoken in conversations you were never invited to. But heaven saw every word, every whisper, every manipulative strategy carved behind your back. This neighbor has recently received something delivered in a plain envelope. Inside were 2 printed photos of you, taken without your knowledge. One from across the street while you were on a call, and another at your gate. Both time-stamped. Both meant for something sinister. A person connected to them, an old acquaintance of your past, has given her these materials. Why? Because they feel you don't deserve the happiness you've recently touched. They believe they can remove you from your light by planting seeds of darkness near your home. Archangel Michael says, do not return evil for evil. But do not walk blind, either. You are not being paranoid. You are being divinely awakened. Soon, the doorbell will ring at a strange hour. The person on the other side won't be who you expect. They may use the excuse of a missing pet, a delivery gone wrong, or even a lost item. But their true reason is to get a glimpse inside, to map your space. You are advised not to open. Let the bell ring. Let the knocking grow faint. Let heaven deal with what hell tried to deliver to your doorstep. This neighbor has become obsessed with timelines connected to your success. They know the moment something shifted in your life. They know the dates your packages arrive. They even track the day your financial situation improved. Archangel Michael says, she saw the glow on your face and made it her mission to dim it. But heaven says, your light will grow even brighter now. In the next few days, that she may try to be unusually kind. A smile too warm. A gesture too generous. That is not grace, it is guilt. Be watchful of gifts. If anything is placed at your door without explanation, do not bring it inside. Burn it if needed. Dispose of it safely. It may be laced with spiritual weight meant to slow you down. The eyes you felt on your back weren't your imagination. At time you turned suddenly, and no one was there. She had just ducked behind the blinds. She's trying to learn your schedule, your patterns, your vulnerabilities. But Archangel Michael says, those patterns have now been disrupted. Heaven has hidden your footsteps. The blueprint of your life is now encrypted in spiritual protection. Her plans will collapse not with thunder but with silence. One by one, those who help her will drift away. One by one, her support will break down. You don't need to confront her. You don't need to speak a word. Her exposure is coming from a higher realm, and she won't be able to control it. Very soon, you will overhear something in public. Two voices will mention her name and yours in the same breath. Listen carefully. That is your divine confirmation that the veil is lifting. The spiritual realm has declared a full lockdown over your soul. Nothing planted against you can grow. Nothing spoken against you will manifest. One of her greatest tools was confusion. She wanted you to doubt your own intuition, to second-guess what you felt, to silence your own inner sirens. But you've opened this message, and now you've remembered what your spirit already knew. Archangel Michael says she will start slipping, forgetting her own lies, saying too much, staring too long. You will catch her in a moment where her eyes betray her mouth. Someone who used to support her has already begun speaking the truth. This person may not approach you directly, but their ripple will create a wave that reaches your spirit in days. You will notice signs: broken glass, flickering lights, missed calls with no voicemails. These are spiritual indicators that your angels are intervening. The energy is being redirected. Clean your space, not out of fear but out of authority. Sweep from the inside out. Burn incense if you have it. Place protection on your windows. Speak power over your space. Speak life back into the places her energy tried to rest. An older woman in your family line is standing beside you in spirit. She is not here physically, but her power echoes through your dreams. That ancestor is at war for you, using prayers woven from generations past. Exactly 3:33 a.m. Something will shift. You may wake up briefly, feel a sudden warmth, or hear something fall. That is not an accident. That is spiritual alignment falling into place. Your neighbor's grip is breaking. Your hold is fading. Your time is ending. She will not understand why people begin to distance themselves. She will not understand how her lies were revealed. She will try to shift the story. But you do not need to defend yourself. The truth is defending you now. You will have an opportunity to move, to expand, or to start fresh should you choose it. The chains are off. The delay is over. The doorway has been cleared. In the days ahead, someone will text or call you out of nowhere. That person will bring a blessing wrapped in mystery. Accept it. It's heaven's gift for your patience through this dark storm. Your energy will try one last time through a dream, through a knock, or through someone else's mouth. Do not be alarmed. It is only the sound of her control breaking for good. Archangel Michael says, do not look back. What's behind you is no longer your concern. What's ahead of you is laced with divine reward. This neighbor thought your silence meant weakness, but it was preparation. She underestimated your spiritual backing. She failed to calculate the army behind your stillness. Tonight, bless your name. Whisper strength into your future. Close your eyes with confidence. The war she started has already been won in the heavens. And soon, she will see the one thing she feared most, your rise uninterrupted. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Final word from Archangel Michael. You are now covered, protected, watched over. Your neighbor's power is over. Your destiny is untouched. Walk forward. Nothing can stop you now. The spiritual sky is no longer quiet above your home. The clouds have opened. The forces that once moved slowly are now surging in your favor. And her presence is being weighed in the spiritual court. She has created false scenarios, sent messages pretending to be someone else. She has spread rumors delicately, like seeds in the wind, hoping they would take root. But not one has grown, because heaven did not allow it. Her time pretending to be innocent is over. Even the people she manipulated will start seeing the truth. And when they do, the web she wove will unravel from the inside. Archangel Michael says, your breakthrough is arriving with thunder and silence. You won't have to shout. You won't have to fight. All you'll have to do is show up and everything around you will shift. There's a car that keeps parking near your home. A different one each time, but always just within view. It's not coincidence. Someone is keeping notes, brief ones, but they are not invisible anymore. The angels have seen the notepad. Heaven knows the dates and intentions written inside. You are being removed from this trap. Slowly, then suddenly. She set the stage thinking you would fall into it, unaware that heaven changed the script long ago. The man she met recently, the one she laughed with over coffee, has already started questioning her motives. He has sensed something of inner tone. That doubt will grow into distance, and eventually, a revelation. You will hear her name come up in conversation from a place you least expect, a news item, a post, a neighborhood group. Don't panic. It's exposure unfolding. Stay quiet, and let the light do its work. There is a document she tried to forge, a signature she copied, a number she dialed pretending to be you. She wanted to access something that was never hers, but the system rejected your attempts. She doesn't know it yet, but the evidence was already logged. Digital records now carry her fingerprints, and that digital trail cannot be erased by human hands. Your neighbor is walking into her own storm. Not because you cursed her, but because you touched what was sacred and marked by God. Here's a certain day on your calendar that holds meaning. You may not even know why you feel drawn to it, but that day will bring closure, a shift, a door opened wide, and a presence leaving your life for good. Your body has already begun reacting to her departure. You may feel sudden relief, bursts of energy, moments of deep sleep followed by vivid dreams. That's the breaking of her energetic tether. You are no longer her target. You are now her teacher. Through your silence, your rising, and your protection, she is being shown what spiritual consequence looks like. Archangel Michael says, the noise she created is about to fall silent. Not because it ended, but because she is losing access to your frequency. Your home will feel lighter. The air will smell fresher. You will sense clarity in the smallest of things, keys placed perfectly, clocks aligning, butterflies pausing at your window. These are not random. They are signs. A cosmic reset is occurring in your favor. She thought your kindness was ignorance, but now your spiritual armor is blinding her plans. She will retreat, but not because she wants to, because she has no other choice. The spiritual world works in layers. You've been activated in this timeline because you're ready. You're not here by accident. You were born for this war. You were built for this breakthrough. Her downfall will begin quietly. Things will go missing from her life, keys, documents, people, opportunities. She'll feel watching. She'll feel exposed. That's what spiritual mirrors do. They reflect the energy sent. He will call out for help, but the same voices she fed lies to will remain silent. She will finally experience the emptiness you tried to manifest in your life. Archangel Michael says, do not laugh at her fall, but do not grieve it either. This is divine justice, not revenge. There is a difference. Your journey continues. And now, it moves forward without her shadow trailing behind. The weight you couldn't explain. It's leaving. The fog in your mind. It's lifting. The heaviness in your chest. It's dissolving. In the weeks ahead, a letter or document will arrive. It will grant you new access, financial, legal, or spiritual. Something that was blocked will now flow freely. A person who once ignored your worth will now speak of you with awe. Because heaven is announcing you. The same neighbor who tried to silence you will now hear your name in places she cannot reach. Your protection is no longer invisible. It's active. The next time she walks near your door, she will feel the presence. Her chest will tighten. Your footsteps will stumble. Your spirit will know it has been blocked. She may try to apologize, but it will not be sincere. It will be fear. You will not need her words. You already have peace. The same neighborhood that once whispered about you will begin whispering about her. Her cover has been removed. Her intentions are being exposed by her own behavior. Your dreams will now be more vivid. Your decisions will become sharper. Every move will be divinely inspired. One final sign is coming. A mirror will break, a photo will fall, or an electronic will glitch. Don't panic. That's the final connection snapping. The cord between you and her has officially ended. Cleanse your space once more. Burn what needs to be burned. Delete what no longer aligns. Say her name once and release it. Your victory will echo not just through your street but through time. Generations after you will remember this shift as the moment your lineage reclaimed power. Archangel Michael says, you were chosen for this, and you passed the test. Every tear, every moment of doubt, every time you stayed silent while being misunderstood was recorded in heaven. And now, the reward begins. not just protection but expansion. You will rise where they hoped you'd fall. You will be celebrated where they hoped you'd be shamed. You will be remembered where they tried to erase you. And as for her, Q will be forgotten in the space she tried to occupy. Her name will fade where she tried to anchor it. Your name will now be honored by the divine, and your peace will be your loudest response. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. This is your spiritual victory. This is the moment the danger passed. This is where the real story begins. The world around you may look the same, but spiritually, a massive shift has occurred. What was once hidden in shadow has now been dragged into the divine light. And the person who thought they could quietly control your peace is beginning to lose their grip entirely. Archangel Michael says, her whispers have reached the ears of angels. Her movements have triggered alarms across dimensions. The energy she used to camouflage her intentions is crumbling by the hour. She has been warned in spirit, but she ignored that warning. And now, she will begin to see the results of what it means to provoke a child of destiny. In the next 3 days, time will slow down around her. Objects in her home may fall without explanation. Devices may shut off randomly. This is not a malfunction, it's disruption from the divine. Your name has been spiritually sealed. Even if she tries again, her words will bounce back. Even if she speaks, her voice will no longer hold power. Your name will taste like fire in her mouth when she tries to curse it. There's a paper she filed, a claim, a request, a complaint that involves your name indirectly. That document is about to be rejected, and not just by people, but by divine force. Her efforts will boomerang. You are being divinely repositioned, moved out of the line of fire and into alignment. No longer will you suffer for others' hidden intentions. You are being insulated. One more person close to her is about to turn. They'll confront her. They'll expose her. They'll say what others feared to say. When this happens, do not involve yourself. Just observe. This is the unraveling. Archangel Michael says, this woman once touched your doormat with deceit in her heart. But heaven saw it. And now, that same step she took is the ground where her own illusions will trip her. She will notice you stop looking at her. Your spirit no longer giving her access. She will try harder. She will make up stories to remain relevant. But soon, her voice will hold no authority, even in her own home. You are no longer the subject of her games. You are the revelation. The one she couldn't break, couldn't silence, couldn't shadow. You are the echo of divine power she tried to mute and failed. Pay attention to any sudden delays in her life. Missed appointments, canceled meetings, strange calls with no answers. These are signs that her spiritual channels are closing. She will start speaking in circles. She will confuse her own lies. You won't even have to defend yourself. Her unraveling will do it for you. God has not only protected your name but elevated your voice. The story she tried to write about you has been deleted. A new scroll is being written, one where you rise untouched. This next phase of your life is not just survival, it's overflow. You will walk in places where no trace of her energy can follow. You will speak and people will listen, not because of volume, but because of divine weight. The day is coming where you will see her passing by, but instead of fear, you will feel nothing. That emptiness is peace. That silence is protection. Archangel Michael says, she had her chance to walk in truth. Instead, she chose to live in illusion. And now the illusion is consuming itself. You will hear her name less and less. People will lose interest in her lies. The walls she built on falsehoods will collapse without a single touch from your hand. Someone who once believed her will approach you differently. Your tone will shift. Your eyes will open. They will remember the words you never said, the calm, the silence, the grace, and realize you were the light all along. Keep your focus forward. She no longer exists on your frequency. You have been pulled into a higher dimension, one that she cannot reach without complete transformation, and she is not ready for that. There's something she has written down, a journal, a note, a hidden message. That note will be discovered by someone else. It will reveal more than she wanted, and it will confirm everything your soul has already known. She underestimated the fire around you, the circle of celestial warriors that surround your home daily. She didn't realize you were chosen. She forgot that divine ones are never alone. In your next dream, someone will speak clearly. A name may be revealed. A symbol may appear. That is your final confirmation. That's your spiritual proof. Don't be afraid, receive it. Archangel Michael says, your story is not defined by the plots of those who watch from the sidelines. Your story is written in gold, etched by divine ink, and shielded in eternal promise. In the physical, she may still try to hover. You may see her watching, pretending, passing by. But spiritually, she's already miles away. You've outgrown her reach. Your house is now covered in divine oil. Every window, every wall, every corner now echoes with divine warning. Do not touch this one. Do not enter this ground. Heaven has placed a seal on your name. This seal is permanent. No curse, no neighbor, no word can reverse it. You've stepped out of warfare and into legacy. From here forward, your steps will be ordered with clarity. No more confusion. No more anxiety when you see her. Only clarity, peace, and the quiet assurance of victory. She tried to mark your spirit with fear, but now her spirit is marked by guilt, and it will eat at her until she surrenders or breaks. That is no longer your battle to monitor. You have work to do, blessings to receive, a destiny to fulfill. She was only a detour, not a destination. Let her go fully. Do not carry her name into your future. Do not give her space in your dreams. Let heaven handle what she tried to hide. Your silence has been powerful. Your restraint was obedience. And your reward is near. Archangel Michael says, this was never just about your neighbor. This was a test of your alignment, a challenge to your spiritual strength. And you passed. Now the heavens are opening wider for you. Watch doors unlock without keys. Watch people honor your name without knowing the full story. Watch blessings find you without struggle. The battle is over. The watchers have been dismissed. You are clear. You are covered. You are chosen. Final line from Archangel Michael. Walk in power. She no longer stands in your way. The path is yours, and it is clear. Drevu. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, your spiritual armor is now impenetrable. What once could touch you now burns in its attempt. The games, the spying, the whispered slander, every bit of it is dissolving like dust under divine fire. She thought she could rewrite your truth with her lies. But truth does not bend for the comfort of manipulators. Truth stands even when the world tries to bury it. And now that truth is standing on your behalf. Heaven never sleeps. Every plan she made, even the ones she dared not speak aloud, has already been intercepted. It's too late for her to undo it. She crossed a line that the divine had clearly marked. In the midnight hours, when the world is quiet and eyes are closed, her conscience will begin to shake. Dreams will turn to warnings. Her rest will become restless, because God is dealing with her directly now. Soon, you'll hear someone casually mention her name and attach it to something exposed. A secret, a mistake, a fall from grace. And when you hear it, you'll know the message you received wasn't just timely, it was prophetic. You will notice a change in your physical body. A deep breath you didn't realize you were holding will finally release. That's the spiritual tension being lifted. That's the divine untying of knots you once tried to wrap around your peace. The heaviness will melt. Joy will return in ways you never expected. You'll find yourself smiling at random moments, feeling strength without knowing where it came from. That is restoration in progress. Your home will bow yesbo. The atmosphere will feel new. Watch how your pets, plants, or even technology respond. Energy has shifted, and everything living around you can sense it. Archangel Michael says, this final season of spiritual testing has closed. You will never again face this same enemy in this form. Her access is revoked. Your door has been sealed with divine light. The time she spent watching you, that clock has expired. She'll now turn inward, and what she finds there will not be pleasant, because light always exposes what darkness tries to hide. Even the ground she walks on near your home will feel different. That's the result of divine disruption. You are no longer vulnerable. You are now untouchable. You'll meet someone soon, a stranger perhaps, or someone familiar. They'll speak words that feel aligned with this message. That's how you will know the spiritual protection over your life is now guiding others to confirm what heaven already told you. Let go of the urge to correct the rumor she started. You don't need to. Your own life is correcting the lies. You don't need revenge, you've been granted release. Your neighbor's envy has become her teacher. Her obsession will become her lesson. She will walk the road of silence that she tried to lead you down, but unlike you, she will not be accompanied by divine presence. You have something she never understood: favor. It's not earned, it's assigned. And yours has multiplied in this season of trial. Expect sudden financial opportunities, unexpected approvals, reversals of long-standing denials. This is heaven's way of paying you back for every attack you endured silently. Archangel Michael says, the table is being set, and she is not invited. Those who once turned away from you will now seek your wisdom. Those who doubted you will now recall your name with respect. The chains are broken. The war is over. Your timeline is being accelerated. You're not just walking into freedom, you're stepping into divine appointment. When the sun rises tomorrow, walk to your mirror. Look yourself in the eyes and say, I survived. I am chosen. I am rising. Watch the power of that truth reflect back at you. And when you pass by her presence, if you ever do, walk tall, not in pride but in divine completion. She no longer has access to your light, your path, or your story. You are free now, not just from her actions but from the residue of fear. The anxiety that lingered in your space have been swept away. In its place stands courage, vision, and protection. This is your final instruction. Leave her behind in spirit. Her name is not part of your next chapter. Her energy is not required in your next environment. Let the people around her handle what you no longer need to touch. Let heaven do the speaking while you continue the building. Your next chapter will be written in front of people who once overlooked you. That's divine balance. That's spiritual restoration. That's justice. Archangel Michael says, your name is being whispered in heaven's throne room for honor. Not because of what you shouted, but because of what you endured silently. You were never the problem. You were the target because of your power. And now the target is gone, and all that's left is your throne. Be still and watch. The ones who once stood with her will scatter. The lies will lose weight. The story will shift. You won't have to explain a thing. Your victory will speak for itself. You have done what many would never have had the courage to do. You stood in the fire and never let your faith burn out. And now, gold is being formed from your ashes. This is not just an ending. This is a coronation. The crown that was delayed is now descending. The enemies that rose are now falling one by one. Archangel Michael says, "You have been declared victorious in the courts of heaven. The documents have been signed. The judgment is sealed. The danger is over. Now, go in peace and walk boldly into your promise. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, "The heavenly realm has officially closed the chapter where her name intersected with your destiny. That page has been torn from your book. It cannot be rewritten, reattached, or revived. From this moment forward, you are stepping into a level of peace that confuses the enemy. The same woman who obsessed over you, watched you, and tried to mimic your essence will now sit in silence watching your elevation with no access to participate. Do not flinch when you see her fall. Do not gloat when the truth about her becomes visible to others. Just walk away. Because your reward is no longer in response, your reward is in your rise. There's a sacred moment coming. It will be quiet. No fireworks. No announcement. But your spirit will know. This is the moment the final cord between you and that neighbor is broken forever. In that moment, you will feel a release in your chest, a gentle surge of power through your spine, and a whisper from above saying, "It is finished." The street you live on may look the same, but spiritually, everything has changed. You're no longer just protected. You're enthroned. A spiritual territory has been placed around your home, and your name is written across it in blazing divine flame. No evil can cross. No rumor can take root. No hidden camera or whispering tongue can gain entry. The atmosphere around you has become holy ground. She will try to replicate your peace but will never succeed. Because what you carry comes from obedience, from purity, from spiritual resilience. Her tactics were of earth, but your defense came from heaven. Archangel Michael says, even her dreams will begin to carry your image not as a victim, but as a ruler. That is the cost of touching the chosen. Her conscience will remember you for years to come. In the coming month, your space will feel like a sanctuary. Your mind will become still. You'll no longer scan your surroundings, waiting for the next attack. The warfare is over. God Himself has taken your case, and His verdict is final. Expect to feel a strong pull toward new things, new rooms, new conversations, new circles. Follow that pull. It's the Spirit leading you into territory your neighbor never wanted you to reach. Your story is changing tone. From defense to dominion. From confusion to clarity. From being watched to becoming the one who watches. You will become unrecognizable to her. Not because you changed, but because you never truly knew who you were. Heaven hid your fullness until the time was right, and that time is now. You are being crowned in the spiritual realm. The honor is descending. Even if you can't see it, the angels are already celebrating. No more fear. No more drinking. No more watching your words or checking the blinds. You are safe. You are sealed. You are seen. Archangel Michael says, look at your hands. The same ones that stayed still in restraint will now be used to build, bless, and break generational curses. You didn't retaliate. You waited. And now, heaven is responding. When her name comes up again, you will feel nothing. That numbness isn't bitterness. It's evidence that you've healed. She will feel the silence you now walk in, and that silence will speak louder than any battle cry. Walk in your home differently. Speak into your mirror differently. Plead differently. Because the danger has passed. The assignment failed, and the spiritual guards remain in place. You may still hear footsteps, but they won't be hers. They'll be angels, surrounding your property, walking with purpose, patrolling your peace. What once came to steal from you will now run from you. Everything you lost during the battle will return. With interest, with speed, with force. This is the restitution phase. The people who stood on the sidelines will begin to approach you not for gossip, but for guidance. Because they'll feel the difference. You'll glow differently. You'll speak differently. Archangel Michael says, you are the storm survivor. The neighbor's threat is now a closed case. Now breathe. Breathe in safety. Breathe in power. Breathe in certainty. It's over, and it will never return again in this form. Archangel Michael's final decree over you is this. What was sent to trap you has now become the evidence of your strength. What was meant to bring you down will now build your testimony. You are no longer what you are walking in your ordained glory. Now rise, and do not look back. What was meant for evil has been flipped into divine preparation. What was plotted in silence will be answered in public blessing. And what your neighbor tried to steal will now become your crown. This is your story now. This is your peace. This is your time. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Final line from Archangel Michael: the enemy hath been dismissed. The watcher has been silenced. You are free. Walk forward. The path is waiting. Archangel Michael says, this message was not created for entertainment, it is your deliverance. The moment your eyes met these words, the contract written in darkness against you was torn apart by holy fire. You are no longer under threat. You are under divine assignment. Your neighbor may still exist physically near you, but spiritually, her access has expired. Her voice is evaporated. Her voice no longer echoes beyond her own walls. Her reach cannot pass the boundary God has drawn. You may soon notice her behaving oddly, avoiding your gaze, stammering in speech, watching you from windows she once hid behind. That is not guilt alone. That is spiritual discomfort. The presence of angels near you now makes her tremble. You have become too powerful to be toyed with. Your glow is too visible to be hidden again. She senses it, but she cannot describe it. Her fear isn't of you, it's of what surrounds you. Archangel Michael says, she sees shadows moving that no one else sees because those are divine warriors repositioning the environment. Every corner of your home is now anointed. Every door is shielded. Every window reflects back any evil that dares approach. If she tries to speak again about you to anyone, her tongue will feel heavy. Your words will tangle. Her listeners will turn away. The anointing on your name has now activated spiritual interference on her gossip. You remember the pain in your chest a few weeks ago. That tightness, that pressure. It was the weight of invisible energy pulling on your spirit. That weight is now gone. The knot hath been untied. The spiritual rope she wrapped around your progress has been burned away. She may try one more thing, a desperate, foolish act that reveals just how far she's fallen. but you will not be touched. Even if she walks directly to your doorstep, she will be blocked by an invisible wall of divine fire. A man she once convinced about you is waking up now. He is starting to question everything. The things she said, the photos she showed, the tears she faked, it is all collapsing in his mind. His clarity is returning, and he will soon speak. Do not be surprised if someone connected to her quietly reaches out to you. They may offer help, apology, or assistance. Use discernment. Some will be sincere. Others will be probing. Heaven will reveal who's who. Trust what your stomach tells you, it's where your spirit speaks first. Archangel Michael says, even if she moves away, do not chase her in your thoughts. Let her go entirely. Her departure is your graduation. She was the final test in a season of warfare. Now, you are being promoted. The street will still look the same. The people may still smile the same. But in the spiritual dimension, it is no longer the same. The energy over your home is golden. The light coming from your soul has become unshakable. You may notice birds resting longer on your windowsill, butterflies circling your entrance, children looking at you longer. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations that creation recognizes the divine signature on your life. She may wonder how everything in your life continues to rise. She may even try to mirror your energy, dress like you, talk like you, laugh like you, but it will never carry the same weight. Because the divine can't be copied. It can only be granted. You are no longer just surviving this experience. You are transmuting it into power, wisdom, and unstoppable elevation. Archangel Michael says, write her name down one last time on a paper you will not keep, and then destroy it. Rip it. Burn it. Bury it. That will symbolize the final closure. You owe her nothing. Not an explanation. Not attention. Not spiritual space. Not even forgiveness right now if your heart isn't ready. You owe you your next level of peace. Walk differently this week, with shoulders back and mind calm. No one is listening through the walls anymore. No one is plotting behind the curtain. Her spiritual assignment against you has been canceled by divine order. Your future is expanding. Your calling is activating. Your inner voice is now louder than outer noise ever was. Soon, you will be asked to step into a leadership role. Perhaps in your community, online, or even spiritually. That's not random. That's the result of what you endured in silence. Heaven is now trusting you with others because you passed the private test. Archangel Michael says, others will come to you for guidance. They will sense your strength, feel your calm, and ask, how did you survive it? You won't have to explain it. Your presence will tell the story. The memory of her attacks may visit you from time to time, but you'll no longer react. You'll just remember, then rise higher. Each memory is proof that you were once a target and now you're untouchable. God has placed a throne where there once was a battlefield. Where you cried, you'll now laugh. Where you feared, you'll now build. Where you retreated, you'll now reign. And as for her, she will fade, not by curse, but by consequence. You will not have to destroy her. She already began destroying herself the moment she tried to touch your destiny with dirty hands. The truth will go farther than her lies ever could, and your legacy will outlive every attempt she made to erase it. And now breathe again, deeply, because this is what peace feels like. This is the moment where protection becomes promotion, where warning becomes wisdom, where you, the one she tried to silence, now becomes a voice of thunder in the spirit realm. Archangel Michael's eternal declaration over you. Your house is holy. Your name is clean. Your future is wide open. You have been found faithful. You have been rewarded with freedom. You are now walking in untouchable divine territory. This chapter is not just over. It is sealed in heaven's archives as a testimony of endurance, faith, and rising. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. The danger is behind you. The light is ahead of you, and heaven stands forever at your side. Archangel Michael says, listen now with full presence. This is the moment your spiritual elevation becomes irreversible. Every second you spent reading this had been sacred preparation. Every paragraph has been a spiritual sword, clearing the path ahead of you. What was once covered is now cleared. What was once delayed is now delivered. What was once stolen is now being returned sevenfold. You don't even have to chase what you lost. It is already running back toward you. Opportunities, clarity, protection, and honor are magnetized to your soul. You are walking in divine gravity now. Even if you feel tired right now, exhausted from carrying the weight of spiritual tension, know this, that fatigue is not defeat, it is transition. Your old identity is falling off. You are stepping into the frequency of divine dominion. She will feel the difference in the air every time you walk outside. She may not understand it. She may not know what to call it. But her soul will sense the authority resting on you now. The days of feeling watched, violated, or anxious are over. The cycle has broken. Your home has become an altar. Your breath is a declaration. Your silence is a thunderous roar in the spirit realm. She thought she was watching your life collapse. But what she was really witnessing with a quiet cracking of the shell, your divine rebirth. You will never return to the energy you had before this battle. And that's a blessing. You are not who you were before her attack. You are wise. Yobru. Unshakable. Archangel Michael says, you are now clothed in spiritual armor that cannot be pierced. Any future attacks will bounce back before they even reach your orbit. Don't be surprised if her presence begins to shrink. She may avoid you altogether, cross the street when you appear, or pretend you do not exist. That's not because you're being ignored. That's because you are too anointed to confront. People like her cannot hold eye contact with divine power. They tried to study you, then feared what they discovered. She learned too late. You are not ordinary. You are divinely positioned. There is a scent in the spirit realm now, a fragrance of breakthrough that follows you. Even strangers will begin to treat you differently. They'll hold the door, speak softly, show unexplainable respect. Because heaven has marked you visibly, there will be a moment, in the next few days, where something happens that once would have triggered your fear. But this time, you'll feel nothing. That's because you are no longer tied to that old nervous system. Your spiritual nervous system has matured. She thought she planted seeds of ruin, but instead she watered your roots. You've grown too deep to be shaken now. Every insult she spoke, every lie she whispered, every piece of gossip she spread, they are now becoming stepping stones to your favor. This is divine reversal. Archangel Michael says, you will witness her face change when she realizes she's been exposed not by you, but by consequence. And that is more painful than any confrontation. You don't need to explain your side to anyone anymore. Heaven has taken your side. The evidence is already being revealed, line by line, person by person. Let the people who believed her feel their silence. Let the ones who doubted you sit in their own regret. Your only job now is to rise quietly and fully. A celebration is being prepared for you. You may not see it yet, but invitations are being sent in spirit to those who will cheer for your victory honestly. Archangel Michael says your success will be seen and your peace will be felt. You will know. The world will know. But most importantly, you will finally believe what heaven always knew. You were never the problem. You were the prophecy. And now that prophecy is coming to pass, expect a strange silence around her. That silence is divine distance. It means your angelic guards have placed spiritual blockers on her path. Even if she tries to speak your name again, it will turn to confusion in her mouth. Every shadow cast over you is now becoming light. Every scar you carried is now becoming armor. Every delay is now fuel for divine acceleration. Archangel Michael says, watch your mailbox, your messages, your dreams. They will carry symbols, signs, and confirmations of your shift. A specific symbol may be a feather, a coin, or a light flicker will signal to you that the spiritual contract has been fulfilled. Now breathe deeper than before. This is not just safety. This is divine royalty. Your bloodline is now free of the spiritual weight she tried to place upon you. And those who come after you will never face what you've just survived. Because you stood strong. You broke the cycle. You held the line. She will never be able to repeat this assignment with anyone else. It ends with you. And now that it's over, you will see how fast your blessings begin to flow. No resistance. No interruption. Just divine ease. You don't need a crowd. You don't need revenge. You only need to walk into what heaven has already opened. And it is open. Right now. Archangel Michael gives you this final instruction. Dove, walk with reverence now. You are walking on the other side of the storm. Dove, speak softly, for your words now carry thunder. Dove, rest fully, for the battle is over and the blessing is ready. She will be forgotten by your spirit. You will be remembered by heaven. This is no longer her story. This is yours. Your legacy. Your light. Your rise. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. He watched you. He studied you. She tried to silence you. But in the end she witnessed your victory. And heaven made sure she could never touch you again.